Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin, and I have been featured in an article over at Fratello. That's a website. They have great articles. Link in the description to it. Check it out. It always helps when it's your good friend, Brandon, in Osaka that wrote the article. And you might remember Brandon from quite a few of my videos when I went to Osaka. He showed me around. I've known Brandon for years, and this article that he wrote is about collecting philosophies, and he goes through different people's collecting philosophies, mine included. Be sure to check it out. Now, as you'll read, I'm a one-watch guy at heart, and notice I always say at heart because I'm not a one-watch guy. I strive to be, I want to be, but I've got, 4 Rolex watches, so you're not really a one-watch guy if you got 4 Rolexes. So I thought what I'd do is add a little information to that, and let's talk about that. Okay, so started out with the no date sub, went to the Explorer 2, got the A serial GMT Master 2, and then the P serial. So why do I claim to be a one-watch guy at heart, and what role do these watches play? Well, the no date sub was my first Rolex, my first good watch, and my second mechanical watch right behind the Orient Blue Mako. And at the time, I don't even know if I knew about the GMT Master 2. I mean, I had seen that watch when I was a kid, and I re-remembered it after I saw it. But at the time, I'm not sure that I really even knew about that watch. And if I did, I knew it was really expensive. And for sure I knew about it when I got the Explorer 2 a year later. And the Explorer 2 was sort of a budget GMT option instead of the GMT Master 2. It had the white dial, it had the GMT function, and it was a lot cheaper. It was 3,000 USD cheaper. And so I was sort of trying to get what I think I realized was my Grail at the time through getting the Explorer 2. And then eventually I saw prices continue to creep up, and I thought, if I'm ever going to get a GMT Master 2, now's the time. I jumped on it, I got the A serial, and then I got my Grail, right? And I should be happy. Now here's where it gets kind of interesting, because years later, and for thousands of dollars more than I paid for the A serial, I got a P serial. Why, one watch guy, did you get the P serial? And here's why. Because it makes wearing this watch more comfortable. I can relax a bit because I've got another one on the ready. If something happens to this, I've still got a Grail in waiting. And that does an amazing job to just comfort me and allow me to enjoy this watch. And when I'm enjoying the P serial, this is laying in wait if tragedy were to befall the P serial. So I've always got an extra Grail on the ready, and that's the logic behind it. Now, as far as the other 2 watches, I probably should sell those, but I'm too sentimental. My first watch, the watch Explorer 2, that I was wearing when my youngest daughter was born, I'm too sentimental to get rid of them. And look, Rolexes are one of those things that you really don't have to. I mean, you sell it today, you'll make some money. You sell it tomorrow, you'll make even more money. So there's not really an incentive to sell the watches, and so I'm kind of keeping those. But if these watches were just like any other watch and they decreased in value and they were just taking up space and I had to move them before they needed a service, those would be the 2 that would go, and I'd probably stick with the 2 GMTs. So it's kind of interesting. When you read that article, you'll see a picture of this, and then you'll see another picture of this back in 2016. The second time, I met him the day before, and then I went out with his family and my family the day after. They were visiting. His family was visiting Fukuoka, where I was living. We went to the Ampan Man Museum, which is not really a museum, it's just like a play center. And Brandon and I went off into some corner and started talking watches and showing watches, and I had that watch. And he took the picture in the article of this watch on the oyster bracelet with the original fat font serifed Pepsi bezel, which is in the other room, and kind of cool to see. It just kind of took me back to 2016, the first time I met Brandon, and one of the last times probably, well, not really, but one of the times where this was all original, right? So there you go. Maybe you understand a little bit of the roles that the A and the P cereal play off one another. And really, it's all in the mind. It just helps me enjoy it a little bit more knowing what I know. And I can't help but think of The Little Prince, and towards the end, the author is looking up at the stars and he says, I look at the stars and I think of the Little Prince, and the stars just ring with laughter, his laughter. But other times I look up and I wonder if the sheep that I drew for him, because it didn't have a latch on its muzzle, got loose when he wasn't looking and ate his precious rose. And I look up at the stars and they turn to tears. And it really goes to the power of a thought and the power of an idea to change your reality. Maybe from one where you're scared to wear a watch to one where you're comfortable and you're having fun with it. And I think that's what it's all about. So check out that article. Brandon, thanks for including me. I love Brandon's articles, so check out some of his other stuff. Links in the description. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.